just one moment. Just in case I am, I have to refresh. Yay! Alright, I gotta do a little adjusting. I've got everything backwards so you can actually read. I have to go the other way. Oh well. I'll just move my chair. Actually, that worked. There we go. Hey, how are y'all doing? Just making sure sound's coming through. Okay. Hey, everybody. Let me go over here, do a little quick something. There we go. There we go. Go here, go there, so I can see who all came in. Hey, Amber. Hi, Manuela. Karen. Hi, Lori. I have an appointment when you were starting, but I'll join after the appointment. Hi, Froggy. Hi, Heidi. Heidi, I am so sorry about Rob's blanket. It is done. I just got to block it. I will be getting it out this week. My legs have been really killing me. Dang it, I shouldn't have said that word. YouTube, I'm sorry for saying that word. My legs have really been hurting me, and I just couldn't concentrate on doing what I need to do to get that out, get a few other things out. It will be going out this week. Panda has a few extra days off this week, so he'll be running it to the post office for me. So I really do apologize. It's right there. So please, I am so sorry. I really am. There's Miss Froggy. Hi, Cecilia. Hi, Jenny. Hey, Sammy Hoopoo. Lorraine, Kimberly. And I'm sorry if I have to cough. I was just outside with the pup. And it is freaking hot. You go, excuse me, from the hot to the cold. And it's been messing with my allergies and everything. Grandma LM, welcome and thank you for being here for your first live. I do Tunisian. That's all I do. And I'm working on quite a few things. We'll go over some of that stuff here in a moment. There's Andy. Hi, sweetheart. And Doris. Oh my gosh, what just happened? Kendra. Hi, Pam. Roseanne. Hey, Tank. Hi, Vima, sweetheart. I'm doing great. I'm sitting in front of the window, mainly using natural light because, like, in the mornings, that's the way the sun is. Right now, the sun's up here, so I can actually open the window and not be blinded or bake in here. And hi, Terry and Jackie. Let's see who else we got. Hey, Fuzzy Butt. I just love that name. I just love it. Hi, Melissa. Okay, please lurk away. Hi, Callie girl. Haven't seen you in a while. Coley. Awesome. Panda actually finished Ruby's Dream in a 3-weight, and it was the what is it? The Rosy Maple Moth Menagerie. And oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. Hey, Maureen. It is absolutely stunning. However, because it is a 3-weight, he did the pattern full. So now we know, okay, with a 3-weight, we need to take a repeat or two out. And hey, Nisi and Ricky. It came out like stunning. Like, he did great work. I am so proud of what he has done. I cannot believe, like, his Tahiti blanket. It took him a week understanding double yarn overs and stitching two together and he was getting so frustrated. This is just, I need to make sure I can get myself where I need to be because that's uncomfortable. Um, it's just wow, and it's huge. I'm 6 foot, 6'1", and let's see, it's oh my gosh, this thing has got to be. It's not okay. Google, what is 94 inches into feet?
94 inches is equal to 7 feet 10 inches.
Okay, well it's almost 8 feet, and yeah, it's just now he's doing it again in 2 weight, and this is his first time ever messing with anything 2 weight. He's doing it in wisteria purple. So yes, I am just flabbergasted at how much he has learned. I'm gonna throw it onto the chair over here. Now I have been working up a storm. I the colors of something I'm working with, or that I made, are made with these two colors. This is Big Twist Orange, and this is Big Twist Black Twinkle. It has the twinkle. I don't know if you can see it from there. Oh, you can. So let me show. I have to block it. I still got to put the finishing touches. That's what I'm still debating on. It's 90% filmed. He really is, Coley. Like, oh my gosh. And hello to everybody that came in. Thank you for being here. But I've been busting my tail end off getting Halloween stuff done. Um, I've already got it 90% filmed. I'm gonna be blocking it sometime this week. It is good Halloween stuff. I'm expecting. Hi, Erica, sweetie. Um, Probably around the 8th of August is when I'm gonna start dropping Halloween stuff. There's a few things I'm waiting to come in. Uh, I know. Oh, Ricky, thank you so much. Susan, Helena, not for frogging Gina. Craig got one, and I texted him. And Diana Major, thank you again, Ricky. Thank you. That means a lot. Um, but I'm waiting on some hand dyed yarn, an orange coming from uh, Dee's Creative Hands. And that son of a gun followed me in here. A fly. But anyway, I'm waiting. So I can't complete one project or start it until that comes in because I want that project and it's going to have glow in the dark in it. But one project I did do, I still got it. Like I said, it's 90% filmed. I still have to block it, but I haven't really figured out the name yet for this. But let's see if I can hold this up right. It's a scarf. And oh my goodness, there it is. So, and it's the bats go. So when you're wearing it, Boo is back in the back, and the bats are the right way. So there's that. The other thing, well, what I'm busting out now, and I kind of kicked myself in the rear end for that. But yeah, you can see I still have to block it because some of the I did not realize this, but the twinkle, even though it says it's a 4 weight, it's a thinner 4 weight than the actual. Ooh, how'd that happen? Anyway, um, come on, I can't even grab anything. My hands are so not wanting to work right now. It's a thinner 4 weight, so kind of that's why I have to block it. Otherwise, I just kind of steam it, but I have to block it because, like I said, the black twinkle is a little bit thinner, so kind of Oh, well, thank you. Um, and this will be, like I said, this will be coming out. I want to say I'm going to start dropping the Halloween stuff around the 8th. And then what I'm currently working on, it's a lot. It's 90 squares. I'm actually 20 of them are this color, and there's a gauge you'll have to. Where is my book? My book. The gauge is, I've written down the gauge. I'm writing down everything as I go. So there's 20 black. I've already done the 20 white. I don't know which pile. 5, 10, 11. Here's number 12. And then there's going to be 10, and it's a blanket. And it's going to be, then there's 10 jack-o'-lantern face ones, 10 ghost, 10 skull, and 10 with the word boo. And that I'm trying to rush to get that out because Halloween. And then of course I'm waiting on the cotton yarn, and I'm gonna see if I can fit one other project in. I'm not 100% positive, but I'm gonna see. Let me get comfy. Sorry, my leg is. Oh man, I don't know what's happened. I've had to put on the compression sock today. It felt like I wear ankle socks, and it felt like my ankle sock right at my ankle was a tight rubber band, and I had to put that off, put on the compression sock because oh my gosh, it is hurting today. Um. Oh well, thank you, Sam. And if you ever want to, we have added some of the makes to sell on Etsy because we're trying to supplement income so we can stop Panda from working because, like I said, his back is just getting worse. So we're trying to supplement the income so he can quit working. So some of the makes, and his makes are up there. You know, I have. Oh, it's right here. Saggy Granny. I've worked it up in a 3-weight, and it's not saggy enough. I know what I need to do. So I am going to be, I've already adjusted the written pattern, but when I get ready to make it up, it's going to be made in this one. And it's going to be shaggy. Right now, today, yes, FB, it's just the ankle on my pretty much from my shin down, my whole left leg is just hurting galore. But the ankle part was where it felt like a rubber band or a tourniquet was put on it real tight, and it hurts. But hi everybody coming in. Please don't forget your thumbs. They're free. Let's see what else we got to talk about. I mean, I've been busting that out. I wrote something else down. The Rena yarn for the bee's knees will be here today, and she made it special for this project. There are a few cakes left, I believe. In the 2-weight that I worked up the prototype is just that. It was just there so I could get measurements, so to speak, and I don't want to say yardage because it hurts to what she's sending. I want to get that thing out of here. That fly, it followed me in when I brought her in. Her 2-weight, of course, Hirschner's 2-weight. They're different. Plus, I'm going to be using a totally different stitch in it than what's in the prototype. Like I said, the prototype was there so I can get row counts and everything. Yes, Jen. Yeah, but see, the thing is, I am literally stuck. Froggy has seen my big twist collection in totes. Oh, really, Tank? What? Yeah, it's not. Well, the weather, like, I want to say up until about 3 days ago, 2 days ago, somewhere in there, we were actually unusually cool. We were in the 70s. We don't. We're not supposed to be in the 70s in the Texas Panhandle in July, and we were in the 70s for about 2.5 weeks. Yeah, and that's what yeah, that's what I do. Um, I get up and I have to walk around. How do I block project? Well, acrylic. I literally put them on my blocking boards, and oh, it's not in here. And we use a hand steamer, and we just steam it, and then let it set for a minute or two because it doesn't take long for it. Really is quick to dry, and especially with our cold house, and it's done. Uh, Cotton, just wash it and then block it. Don't ask me about wool because the only wool I can tolerate is what's in the 20% in this and the 30% in the Hirschner's Timeless Tweed. Yeah. Okay, let me see what I'm missing. Spam call. Don't you just love those? Thank gosh I'm not going for my phone. And yes, Nisi, it is usually like final. Yesterday we hit 99. I'm just ready. I'm just. I don't know. I can't. Like I'm ready for winter, but I'm not ready for the pain that comes with winter. But let's see. See, FB with my nerve condition, I can't do the whole brushing and anything because I with CRPS, it's an iffy what I'm going to be feeling within 10 minutes. I can feel all different types of pains that people can describe all in one leg in one location at the same time, or it could be spread out, or it could just like some days like I think with the right leg when it starts deciding to flare up, it starts with um, making my foot feel like it's broken. But it's just a nerve condition. Uh, let's see. And say I am too, Amber. I'm ready for the coolness and get it going. And did I see? Oh, really, Britt? That's awesome. No, not snowing. Where am I not seeing Kimmy? Oh, there she is. Oh my gosh, she's staring right at me. Oh my gosh. Hey, Kimmy girl. Um, Now, I was supposed to have Seaside Breeze, which is the beach cover up. I must have been on some good meds because Michael's measurements were nowhere near where it should have been. I'm going to grab a piece of. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I got to say. Okay. So, that's what it was going to look like, right? And then it was going to go like this, stitched together. But you tell me, when they're stitched together, oh my gosh, I got to keep coming down. What's that going to cover up? Tatas? But if you got big tatas, it ain't covering up much of nothing. So Michael's measurements were way off on this. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I was taking. I don't know. So the hi Emily. Um, Hey, Sandra, sweetheart. But I had to go back to the drawing board with that. But because I was irritated with myself, it helped me not figure out. I had 4 Michi cakes. The Michi blushes had 2 in each colorway. And I've been sitting here wondering, what am I going to do with them? Say the top. um, Measuring up Smurfs, maybe, probably. Yeah, I don't know, Ricky. I don't know what I was on, what I was taking. I don't remember. I mean, all I take is kratom, but it could have been a delusion, not sleeping for 24 hours measurement. I don't know. Uh, but it happened. And I totally lost thought what I was saying. Oh, the Michi cakes. So when I was irritated with that, I have to say this part so I can get into the next part. So a while back, Mama G sent Panda and me these. I don't know what you call them, but they're the little wraparound skirts. I've actually been using it because there's times when with one of my pains, it's a sensitivity pain that even if I'm wearing my shorts, it feels and it touches my skin. It feels like 1,000 needles, burning hot needles poking my skin. So there's days, I lounge around here in my boxers. And then if I have to take the dog out, I have to put something on and deal with that pain. Well, those I've been wearing that thing, and when that happens, well, because of that, wearing that wraparound skirt, whatever, I don't know what they're called. Um, hey, Jen, sweetheart. The gave me the idea when I got irritated with the seaside of what to do with one of the Michi cakes. I'm going to make one of those in the Michi cake. Let me show you. It's right here because I use it a lot. Okay, I'm open it. Oh my goodness, Michael. You had it folded. Um, yeah, it's this skirt thing, and when I actually have my flare ups, the sensitivity flare up, putting it on, and having just wearing my boxers underneath it. Oh my gosh, it feels so great. So that gave me the idea to make something similar with the Michi cakes. And then another idea spurned off of that one. And then an idea that I want to do. I'm going to talk to Rena, hopefully. A sarong, okay. I don't know. I wear that one now. And kind of, yeah, it's like a waist down toga, Sandra. Um, I'm going to talk to, well, she probably has one that's in browns because I've gotten like getting that idea, and I've already got the stitches that I want to do, and I'll kind of place them where I wanted them. Gave me another idea, and I'm calling it the gypsy because in my head that's exactly what I thought about. It's making something similar to that, however, making it like a big triangle and putting beads on it, kind of like the palm reader gypsies kind of wear that are netted. It looks like a net half triangle or triangle thing that they wrap. Oh, that scared the heck out of me. Yarn fuzz. So I want to do something like that. Um, got an idea. I know that's not going to take the sarong isn't going to take all the Michi cakes, So I'm going to turn two of them into a shirt. I'm going to do a top. My list. Still got to do the beach bum, but I'm trying to figure out how I can do the beach bum without all the. Because I'm going to use a mesh stitch, but I'm trying to figure out in my head how I want to do the beach bum without giving it. That'll let it sag some, but not, even though it's going to be done in cotton, but it could still sag. Yeah, all my notes, you can see stuff. um, so I'm just trying to figure out how I want to do it to where it's not going to sag, because it's going to be made in 3 squares, and it's just the way you sew the squares together. And I'm thinking on the square that's going to be in the bottom, do a diagonal from one corner to corner diagonally of, what are those things called? I invented the dang thing. Oh, the Tunisian Jacob's ladder. Uh, that way it doesn't let it sag to the ground. Yes, Nisi. The Misi cakes are um, cotton. Oh, okay. I see. I didn't know that. I say I don't pay attention to really anything. I just, but then where is that Michi cake? Oh, they're over there in the cotton bin. It was something else. Oh, the iPad cover or tablet cover. The prototype is there. I know how I'm gonna do it, and I'm going to be doing the bag a day shirt conversion hopefully soon. I know who I'm doing the measurements on. The measurements are going to be done on some pretty much. It's going to be done on Dee's Creative Hands measurements. She's gifted me the Halloween yarn, and so I needed somebody's measurements to do this, to do the shirt, because I'm lacking what it's a women's shirt, and I'm not going to do it to the measurements of my cheap dummy. So I was like, well, I might as well get somebody who's going to get use out of it. Thank you, Carrie. And then I don't know what else. There's just a lot. Let's see. Of course, I'm going to be turning Bunny Meadows. What is that? I can't read my writing there. The Bunny Meadows blanket I'll be turning into a reading shawl. And I think I saw Granny D. And if I did, hi, Granny D. And then, of course, there's Bee's Knees, Bunny Meadows, of course, Saggy Granny. I love that one. And I'm already kind of putting stitches together for next year's dementia pattern. And it's going to be a shawl. And it's going to be not a, yeah, I guess I'll call it, because I've never done a shawl in crochet. I've done them Tunisian. This one's not going to be where we just do a chain and work down. We're going to do the circle and then work out. I guess that's called top down. We're going to do it that way. And I've already put this kind of the stitches together. And it's called Ruby's Garden. Of course, all the dementia patterns are always going to be named after my mom. It's called Ruby's Garden. And it's going to have like flower type stitches and stuff like that. I need to, sorry, I've got a refresh. Oh, go away, spammers, man. And I need to redo this. Go to There, live chat. That's what's messing me up. There was something else I wanted to say because literally I was getting ready to go lay down because I've been up since yesterday, and then a second wind kicked in. So I'm like, well, I might as well go live, right? Hi, Lana, and like I said, the dementia patterns will always have my mom's name in them, and then whatever. This year's was Ruby's Dream. Next year's is Ruby's Garden, and it is going to be Tunisian flower stitches. I really don't, Ricky. I have literally no time to slack. I mean, let's go in my. This is the filming closet. This is where I film at. I'm hiding a jar of peanut butter so you can't see it. Because I literally eat out of the jar of peanut butter because I love peanut butter. But I have all these that I want to do. And then on this wall, there's a bunch of projects listed here. And then, of course, I've got the dry erase door with projects. So I have content for years. And then, of course, I have access to convert bag of days stuff. So I've got longevity. It's just doing it to get there, See, I don't even have Pinterest. Well, see, for me, this is the one I like. If it's well, I used to love the Reese's peanut butter that came in the jar, but they changed it. I want to say about a year ago, and it just doesn't taste right. So my favorite is the Greater Value Creamy. I don't like chunky, but the Greater Value. And I don't know. Jif is just I don't know. I don't like Jif, but I like this one, and I'll eat. I buy two, one for me to eat out of, and then one for sandwiches. Oh, that's awesome, sweetie. Amber, that is awesome. Like, was an idea that I had for the market bag I'm going to be doing, but when I was making it up and working it up, I really didn't think, and I wasn't thinking, and I just kept going. So it got into a bigger bag. Like, it became a really big bag. It's a really big bag. That's more than a market bag. That's a laundry bag. But the concept that I was trying to see if it would work is yarn fuzz. You take it. Wait, is that the right way? I'm trying to remember how. Oh, no, no, no. There. That's the concept that I was going for to make sure I can get it to do its thing. And sleeping bag, right? and that's what I wanted, and I was like, okay, it's gonna. The concept works. I don't go around looking for stuff, um, just because I don't want to get influenced, and I don't want to get tempted with other people's patterns. So I wanted something, and I did this in the what is this Lucky Lucky Brand Bamboo. I mean, I have a mess ton of it, so I was just like, well, I'm gonna work it up, and I like that. I like the concept worked. So I was like, okay, this is cool. And then I wasn't thinking. I was binging something. I don't know what I was watching, and I was just going around watching it, and then I'm like, oh, we got a laundry bag here. Hey, Nessa, sweetie. So, but you could fold it in on yourself, and it stores a lot smaller. Um, but whatever the one that it's actually going to be made for the tutorial will be made a lot smaller, and when you fold it in there, it's going to be a lot smaller. So you could store it a lot smaller, so you could put it in your purse or backpack or whatever. But that was the point of that one. Yeah, exactly, Kimmy. I mean, I don't watch other people's tutorials simply because I don't want to be influenced. Like, I love Bag a Day. I do watch her stuff. Don't get me wrong. I do watch Bag a Day. I do watch Craig. I do watch Fiber Spider. I do watch Mikey's. But that's about tutorial wise all that I will watch, simply because I don't want to be influenced by them. Because people like the crochet community, you guys are just phenomenal, phenomenally gifted, and the makes y'all do is just wow, you know. Yes, Norma, I was thinking that too. Also, thinking of children, got a lot of kids clothes listed. Where are they? Baby clothes up here. I'm gonna be using some of the rosy maple moth to make a dress. Oh, man, I still got to get this. I keep forgetting about it. I got to get Snakes in the Garden done this year because this is the year of the snake, so it has to come out as soon as I get in with Halloween stuff. I'm gonna bust that out. There we go. And Nisi, it really is hard. That's why, like, I don't really. I watch channels. I just don't watch tutorial channels unless they go live and they're just going to. They're talking about just what it like. You know, Sammy from Yarn Over Hook or Ophelia, or when Tiffany Hansen would go live. Those I would watch the lives, or even when Bag of Day goes live, because they're not crocheting while they're live. They're talking about their ideas. They're talking about just crochet stuff in general, and it's not enough to influence me. And I don't want to be influenced with stuff. Like, there's no way for me to turn what Mikey does, his studies of series, into Tunisian crochet. There's just no way. I don't have the patience to do that. I don't know how people have the patience to do those because that would drive me nuts. Tutorials are too confusing. Some can be, and that's like whenever I do my stitch tutorials, Elizabella. And thank you for being here. I I go slow and I do it multiple times so you understand it, and I tell you kind of pretty much why what you're doing and why you're doing it, and so that way it makes sense of why you're doing what you're doing. That makes sense. Oh, Ricky, bless your soul. And Nisi, I don't even have time to watch a lot of lives lately. I'll pop in if I'm getting up and I'm cooking dinner, or I make it a point about every hour and a half to get up. We live on a corner lot, so I get up, walk outside, even regardless of how hot it is. I still want the sun, and I'll walk outside, walk to the corner, walk to the alley, and walk back to make sure I just get some walking in, even though I may be hurting and it's you know yeah, hurting me really bad. I still make it a point to do it to get the blood flowing. You don't want to sit too long, and especially with the conditions, chronic pain, chronic leg stuff. You just got to get up and walk. Okay, I know I'm gonna have to find the fly swatter. This is the first time we had a fly in the house this year. I can count on one hand the creators that I watch tutorials. Very, very few. Michael here is one of them. Well, thank you, Nisi. I just exactly, Britt. Don't need the block clot, so get up and walk. And when it comes to like some people, they do great tutorials, but especially if they're doing Tunisian. Granted, there's not a lot of people out there that do Tunisian tutorials, so that helps me. But it's still, I don't want to be like, I already got my style, how I want to be filmed, but I just don't want to be influenced by anything that they say, because that can happen. Amber, I'm glad we reminded you to go check your peppers and tomatoes. I didn't get to normally, like, I've mentioned this before. My channel originally was going to be a gardening channel, and then I had my last knee surgery back in 2000 or 2020, and or no, well, my CRPS kicked in. That's what it was. Wasn't the last knee surgery? It was my CRPS that made it to where I couldn't get out there and do it no more. I do miss having. We had cucumbers out the rear. We had, oh my gosh, I was pickling them. Tomatoes. I made at least 40 some odd jars of pasta sauce. Canned it. I do miss that, and going out there when we wanted something sweet, because everything in our garden always came out sweet. Don't know why. Tomatoes were sweet. Even the okra was sweet. Cucumbers all were sweet, but when we got the honeydew, oh my gosh, that was teeth hurtingly sweet. But so when we got into like in the watermelon, oh my gosh, the watermelon was really sweet. So after we eat dinner, then we go out there and pick a honeydew or a cantaloupe or a melon. One of the three melons that were growing, and even our baby spinach had a hint of sweetness. Hi, Susan. Oh yeah, see, I have it too, Nessa, but I don't have any of his patterns just because I don't want to be influenced by anything. However, there is something I'm going to be. My birthday's coming up. I don't know why I'm looking over there. There's no calendar. And one, two, three. Well, the 18th of next month. Mikey sells his. Hey, Adele, sweetheart. Um, his Adobe Illustrator symbols. I don't know if he does. If he, I'm going to talk. Hey, Kendall. Um, I'm going to talk to him and see if he's got Tunisian ones because they're a pain in the butt to make. They really are. Because all the ones that came with Ruby's Dream, I made those, and they looked odd to me. But a lot of people understood them, so I guess they worked. Uh, Britt, tomatoes. I always watered everything 15 minutes, 3 times a day. Tomatoes and everything, and then I'd like when we have eggs, I would keep the egg shells, wash them out, let them dry, and then I pulverized them, and then yeah, pulverized them in like a NutriBullet to where they were a powder, and then I put them in water, like made a jar, just a regular like mason jar. Put the powder in there, and then put it with water, and then just let it sit in the sun for a few days. That way, all that calcium leaches out into the water, and then you just pour some of that water into them because tomatoes love calcium. Oh, awesome, Pam! Happy belated. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Um, did not know that, Gina. And I don't know what I'm doing here. I hit a wrong button. Michael needs to stop playing with buttons. Let's see. Yeah, that's the only thing I always did for my tomatoes is I would do that and then just water them normally. But they would get this special water every so often that was just calcium rich. Let's see if I've missed anything. All right. Hey, Pebble, sweetie. Yeah, well, like for me, my watering schedule is going to be different than yours, just because like right now it is 1 p.m. and it's already 96. So I always try to not to water them during the heat of the day and never water on the plant. Put it at the base, any plant, because you have a chance for powdery mildew, especially that spreading, and that burns the leaves too. Oh yeah, right. Oh my gosh. I loved like I had Roma and just regular beefsteak tomatoes, and it was like 6 plants of each. So we had a huge supply, and then once I hit the 40 jars of canned pasta sauce, I just started slicing them and dehydrating the tomatoes because we couldn't eat them fast enough, you know. So we just started slicing them and uh, dehydrating them, and then I'd grind them in the NutriBullet into a powder, and it's a tomato powder. Just season it a little bit with some other seasonings and sprinkle it in your food. It is amazing. That's what I do, and then like the cucumbers, I had to end up giving away so many because my cucumbers. Oh my gosh! Like our two crisper drawer bins in the fridge were constantly full. I'd be taking bag loads over to my parents, to my doctor, my ortho surgeon, neighbors. I was pickling a lot of them. There's only Whoa, I've never seen that. Thank you, Michi, sweetheart. I know you're at work. I see. Oh man, I've never seen that too. Hi, Charlie Charles. Been a hot minute, sweetie. And if you're wondering what I'm drinking, it is flavored water in a way, but those energy drinks, well, they come in a powder form. So I have one in here too now. And I talked to my cardiologist about them, and he actually said those are actually some of the best energy drinks for people who have cardiac issues because of the multivitamins that are in it, and there's zero sugar. So if you're diabetic, hey, you ain't got to worry about it. Hey, Miguel. Well, hey, Sanita. Didn't see you either. Goodness. Well, I put it with because it's berry is the flavor because they didn't have the flavor I really like, which is the blue raspberry or something like that. And then so that flavor that they have in the little powders, and then I add uh, a packet of the cherry pomegranate, Walmart. Yes, Kimmy. Yeah, I did a lot of that. Oh my gosh, like it was. Excuse me. Like we were. Everything had a little bit of tomato taste in it. That's for sure. Oh, I totally understand, Charlie. Hey, I totally get it, Charlie. Now there is a blanket that I will be doing um, soon too. I mean everything's soon, but this is going to be a little bit sooner because it's going to be. I was asked a while back to design a blanket that'll have at least 4 of the 5 base stitches in it, and that was Robin Rhodes. And sorry, I saw somebody driving. I thought it was Panda coming home. Um, and I've been debating, like, there's no way for me to put the stitches that I want in it with the full stitch. The full stitch just throws everything off. So the blanket, I've got it down. It's going to have the 4 base stitches. It's going to be a cool concept. The colors, I got to get one of them though. I have I have my yarn for my next project all piled up right here. One color is, of course, white. That's one color. That's going to be a pain in the rear to film with, but I'm going to make it work. The other 3 colors of the blanket, because I took out the variegated, because I did not like the variegated. I worked up the variegated. I did not like it. It didn't variegate well. Are these 3 other colors. So it's going to be a baby blanket in those 4 colors. Well, I'm just going to need one. We have like 10 of those. Panda wanted solids. Tony wanted solids. So I got him 10 white, 10 red, you name it. But I was like, I'm going to need some of that white. So I just brought the whole package in here instead of opening it and then storing it away right now. And then, so it's going to be in these 3 colors, and then the white, so 4. And it's going to be a really cool concept. I already know how I'm going to pull it off. I've already kind of worked up a little baby swatch, and it's going to look really cool. Yeah, and it's Hirschner's. Hirschner's is growing on me. Yes, I prefer Big Voice, but Hirschner's, this stuff was bought before Hirschner's was being sold, or Big Twist was being sold at Hirschner's. So we also made another graphic. Oh my gosh, Grafgan pattern Panda wanted to do. Tony, I'm gonna pull it up. I have to take a picture on my phone's dirty. It's not like I touch it at all. I'll take a picture on my phone and I'll show you guys so you can see. Come here. Let me zoom out so you can get the whole gist of it. Move and move. He's got a cat one. Well, this is going to be the next one. And he's probably going to get mad at me showing it off. But you know what? I made it, so Let me crop it so it actually can come through. Where's the crop button stuff? There it is. Try to get as big as I can. Done. Okay, now let me do this. Let me go back to the stream so I can see what I'm doing. Turn that down, and then we're gonna go here. There we go. That's what the next Grafgan that pen is gonna work up is gonna look like. And because there's the cat one, we'll have the dog. Well, you can see the outside. So there'll be that pattern. He's doing Ruby's Dream right now and the 2 weights. As soon as he gets done with that, he'll be working on that one. Hey, Lori. Well, see, I don't have the. Who's Heather? Oh, they're okay. Yeah, they're Heather line. Like I don't have the Heather. I have the Timeless Tweed, and then I have a lot of the retro, which is over here. I have the Antiquity. Panda fell in love with the Marigold in the Antiquity. I when you're saying in the round, are you meaning in the round flat or in the round beanie round or sock round? Hey, Margie. Because if it's like in the round for beanie or something like that, I have a beanie. I'm gonna be doing more. That was just a very basic beanie to show you how to do in the round part. I do have a couple blankets coming up. I think she is too. Charlie Charles. I think she is too. Um, make sure. Oh, okay. You want to go in the bag? Okay, yeah. I just I do it in the I did that in the simple stitch because it was just really showing people how to do in the round for beanies. But you could mix up stitches. You just gotta make sure. Okay, if your round count's 32, that stitches kind of mix with that. Oh well, thank you, Froggy. Just lurk away. I know you're busy too. There's a blanket that I'm going to be doing that's going to be flat in the round, which is just a big square, but it's the Pineapple Express because I figured out how to do a pineapple stitch in Tunisian. So I'm going to do that. I also found out, or figured out, not found out, I figured out by finagling how to do the almond stitch in Tunisian. So there's a cardigan. I think that in one of my lives. Let me go over here. Live. I don't remember which one. Was it this one? It sure was not that one. Nope. I think it was this one. Aha! Yes. This quad, eh? Oh, come on. Hey, seriously. I don't need you to highlight every letter. There we go. Copy. This, I'm going to be converting that. Is it the video? I need to double check because, good Lord, you never know. Yes. That cardigan into Tunisian as well. It's been hard. Like for that stitch, it's almost impossible. But I figured out a way to do it. I'm going to be doing it in. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh, my mic. The Hirschner's, this colorway too. Timeless tweed. This is a 70% acrylic, 30% wool. Anything above 30% wool, I think it's just because it's not real wool. But because that 30% has, I'd say maybe it's half made up with wool, so they can get away with saying it's wool. I don't know, because it doesn't really. I get the itchies, but I don't get all the other stuff that comes with my wool allergy. So, but I figured out how to do, like I said, the almond stitch in Tunisian. So I'm going to be doing that as well. It takes like Lori. It takes a lot of for me to convert a stitch. One, I need to be wanting to do that stitch, and I'm like, this is the idea I want. This is the stitch I want to use. Now, how do I take that stitch and make it into Tunisian and do what I want it to do? There's only been a few. Now, the waterfall stitch that I was able to convert. I still got to do the tutorial on that one, and it's fairly simple. I mean, if you've done Tunisian, you're going to be sitting there like, how you do it. But then when I show you, like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that? That's how easy it really is. You could, I mean, like Amber, you really could do that too. Um, and like Nessa just said, you have. Did you get the? Oh, what is it? And it is a lot of trial and error, Lori. Do you have the metal Tunisian sets, or even you have a Tunisian set? So what you could do is take your shortest cable and let's say you're working it up in 7, right? Put the 7 on one end and a 6.5 on the other end, and looks like knitting needles, but you have in the round. If you don't have double ended, if you don't have like double ended short ones like this or long ones that are over there, you could do it that way and you could still do in the round. And you could do that and it works out really well too, because whenever I get ready to do Pineapple Express, which that's probably going to be a spring project, that will be coming into play for me. Yes, they do. Exactly what Nessa said. I got those from Joanne's. So yeah. Oh man, these cars going by and I can't, like, at my eye level. I got where the upper window, because ours go up and down. The upper window and the bottom window meet, so it's a thick bar there, so I can't see unless I move around. So I look like a weirdo. But you could do it that way if you don't have those, and it works really well. And if you plan on doing the Pineapple Express, you're gonna be doing it. I may even do a blanket or two. Well, I know next year with I'm actually going to do something for Pride next year. This year and last year I didn't, because I know creators who did stuff for Pride and it actually hurt them, and I didn't want to deal with that this year with everything else going on. So this next year I'm gonna, with the release, because June is Dementia Awareness and Pride Month, so I'll be releasing Ruby's Garden, and then I'll be releasing what I am calling Pulse. It's in the round. Awesome, Manuela. It's awesome. Oh my gosh. I keep forgetting this. I need to go to Nightbot and figure out what the word is. So y'all can start dropping your channels, because I forget every darn time. Mesh. MESH. If you want to drop your channel, MESH, that'll drop it for you. Oh, an 1866 pattern. I would love to see that. That would be awesome. I know there's oh my gosh. Go to my email. Because VJ, I know her name. I know her name. There it is. Relectic. Oh my gosh, Relectic Goods does a lot of older, really vintage patterns as well. Um, oh, vintage crochet. I see. I don't. I don't even have an Etsy account. I let Panda deal with all that. Oh, speaking of all that, I want to talk about the total dementia. Everything has come in. Um, I will be. I will be filming probably Saturday or next week, the donation part of it. We were a little bit off on our calculations because Etsy fees. But hey, Mateo. Um, I have it down. I gotta go to my calculator. Freaking thing I'm gonna. it came out to, because Etsy, I gotta do the math there. Etsy total sales was $255 after their fees and everything for the dementia awareness donation to the Dementia Society of America. Then my crochet story, Maureen, and she donated $100 to go straight to it. Froggy from Jen Froggy went to knitting, did $50, and that brought it to 405. And then Bonnie from Bonnie's, uh, was it Bonnie's Corner? She donated $20 cash, and then I had two super chats. That's what we were waiting on, and that came in today after YouTube fees. So all that, and it totaled. I just had that math, Michael. Go this way. How can I pull that back up? Came out to $450. So I'll be doing the donation in either this Saturday. No, I can't do it this Saturday. I have Tony's live, and then I have a members live. Next Saturday, I'll record the video and do the donation. Whose link's not working? Kimmy, what link's not working? Oh, well, it helps if I. Then that has to be. Okay. No, it's work. They're working for me. I'm clicking on the ones that Nightbot's dropping, and it's pulling up everybody. Oh my gosh, come on. Yeah, it's pulling up everybody. So I don't know. It's the new YouTube thingy, but they work. They're not working for you? Are y'all? Let me go to the phone. All right, let me turn down my volume. Give me a second. Got to go to myself. They're not working on mobile. Let me see. Yep, it's not going. They're not working on mobile. They're working on PC. Yeah, phone. They're not. Yeah, they're not working on mobile. But Heidi says they work for her. That's weird. That is so weird. YouTube shenanigans. That's all we can chalk it up to. You know. Yeah, they're working on my PC. They're working on Froggy's iPad and Heidi's phone. Who's this? Oh, another spam caller. Yeah, YouTube's been acting crazy. Like, yeah, you're still ghosted to Russ. Well, it's just like ever since I've gotten memberships over a year ago, I cannot see all my members. And I've put that into YouTube, gosh knows how many times. And when I go to to see all my members, only 20 show up. I can't change nothing. I can't do nothing. So the only time I know when people are actually members of my channel is when their names are blue or not blue, but when their names are green, or they have the little Star Trek icon next to their name, or this way. That's the only way I know that that's a member of my channel. I don't know any other way. I can't find them. It won't work for me. And total members, and then see all my subscribers. Only 20 show up. It says it's showing, and it just says one of 20 of 20, and I know I got more than 20 members. Come on now, there's more than that in here. So I don't know. So it's like it's weird, and I've been dealing with it for over a year, or about a year now, and I've put in so many tickets. I just gave up. But yeah, so I'm getting all these weird for month and a half. I got no spam calls, and now they want to. Craig, thank you so much, man. I don't know if you saw my text, but I wanted to talk to y'all too about something else. And this is kind of, it's a little deep. And thank you again, Craig, Cat Mama, Lynn, Bon Bon, Great Lakes Gal. I haven't seen her in a while. And Beth, Sneak Attack, right, Craig? Oh, you just woke up? All right, take your time, man. Take your time. Now, what I'm going to ask, or see if it's a good idea for you guys. Because I know it hits home with a lot of us. It's pretty much crochet and mental health. I would love to kind of do something to where maybe like, I don't want to do it every week, like maybe every other week. I'm not 100% positive how I want to do it, but I know I want it to be, me with another person. And that other person, we rotate people out. People who pretty much can share their mental health struggles and how crochet saved their lives. Because, like, for me, I know for Craig, I know for Mikey, I know from quite a few other people, crochet has saved our lives. And I kind of want to highlight that aspect of the struggle with, mental health, and how a hobby such as, crochet can save your life, and oh, well, y'all liking that? Okay. Okay, Craig, I will. And I want I want to be able for us to share our story, because it may touch somebody who needs to hear it. And especially with everything that's been going on, in the world in general. And the older we get, the more depressed we get, the more everything we get, and pain brings us down. But how crochet can bring us back up. And I would love to highlight that. And let's say one week it's Nisi, next week it's Andy, next week it's Terry, next week it's Lana, next week it's, just go. And everybody gets a chance. Kind of like loose ends, but we're doing it for a different reason than what new loose ends is. We're here to share our struggles, because, like I said, somebody out there may need to hear your story, and your story may be able to touch them. and give them that little final nudge that they need to either pick up the hobby or even just reach out. Hi, Ian. I'm doing great so far today. Hi, Bean. And just be there as a community, share these stories. Because, like I said, you don't know who it's going to actually help. Hi, Lorraine. So it's something I want to talk with a few other people with first, and maybe work something out. And once I get that, then I'll put up a post to where, well, once I figure out how I'm going to do it, then we can put up a post, and then I'll put up a post, and people can start emailing me, and we can start setting this up and get it going. Because I would love to do something like that. I would love to, because we all need it. Ooh, big old Air Force plane. We all may need to hear the stories. Andy, I am the same way. If I can't pick up these, like it's hard for, like, I don't know if y'all have noticed since I'm doing these lives. If I'm not crocheting, I'm always doing something with my hands. I got to keep my hands going. And I'm working with dark yarn right now, so I can't turn on my overhead light or it's going to blind everything out. So I'm sitting here doing this. But I would like to do something like that. So I'm going to talk to a few people, and well, thank you. Thank you, Ian. And oh, Lori. Well, hey, I know how it is, girl. Missing people you want to watch. Oh my gosh, that's always, especially, yeah. But I'm gonna talk with a few other people just to get their like input as creators, and maybe even get them involved with it. And if we can kind of get, I don't want to say a movement, but if we can get something good going on, and not just make it just for men, make it for everybody, because we all suffer, you know, regardless of sexuality, regardless of sex or gender, you know, we all suffer, and we can help each other and help. Maybe there's a lot of drama going on in the community. I tried to put a squash on some of it last night in somebody else's live, and just stuff that just doesn't need to be going on. Like, seriously, this isn't high school. I'm here to teach. I'm not here to play school teacher and or hall monitor. So let's just come together, and I think this is a good way to do that, to start that bridge and put out the fires, rebuild bridges, and let's just go, and take each other by the arm in arm, or by the hand, and let's keep moving each other forward, because that's what this whole game is about. Yes, I've blown up, but I'm not. I quit looking at my numbers a while ago. The only time I actually get to see my numbers is when I go live, because I'm usually on a mobile device, and so I have to have my live pulled up on my monitor here, and that's how I know. Okay, I have 123,000. I quit paying attention the day that silver the YouTube silver play button came in, because that wasn't even a goal that I was wanting to reach. But anyway, I want to be able to put because I always said if I did end up getting it, I want to put that, my check mark, my special highlighted name, I want to put that to use and to help the community any way I can. And I've been sitting here since I got all this, last month trying to figure out how can I put it to use. And I saw some post on Mikey from Mikey about crochet and mental health, and I was like, you know what? There's a lot of us that suffer that way. What can I do? So that's what I think I want, like I said, I want to talk with a couple a couple of, not I don't want to say big, but a couple creators and get input, and then start figuring out how I want the layout to go, and just go with it. Because StreamYard prices are expensive, and you don't even get to, you only get to do with StreamYard for free. You only get to do the countdown now, and not all the other fancy stuff. So do I want to pay for StreamYard to do this? Do I want to, how I want to do it? That's what I'm talking about when I say, well, how do I want to do it? Is how do, am I going to go do it from YouTube and send the link to somebody? I don't know how I'm going to do it. So I'm still I'm playing with that. I'll figure that one out. But I want to thank you all for, let me go through the comments, make sure I didn't miss anything, because you guys are awesome. Exactly, Britt. Life's too short. And Manuela, I'm always nervous when I'm live. My anxiety before the live is through the roof. That, oh my gosh, I just had them. I took one before I started this live. I don't have a lot on my desk, so sorry, that was my little tin of tension rings, which I never. Where the heck did I put? Oh, they're okay. Yeah, they're in my bed, by the bed. That's where they are, and I don't know why I didn't bring them back in here. But oh, they're right there. Right there. There they are. Nitro. My anxiety gets so bad it affects my heart. I take a nitro. After the live, I'm on the post live high, I guess you call it. So I get really like, but when it comes to filming, oh, that's easy. I can do that every day. Exactly, Ricky. Why not just be kind and uplifting? Sorry, I'm going backwards. I'm just trying to catch up everybody. Hi, Jetten and Jenny. I miss a lot of drama because I don't see a lot of people. But when I do pop into chats, and there's a lot of chats I don't even say anything in. Mainly because I don't want to take away from the creator. We're there for that we're there for the creator, not for me, because I've seen it on people who, they're not even subscribed to me, but I like to pop into and watch other creators or other YouTube hosts that are just hitting the streets that we probably don't, we've never heard of. And I made the mistake of twice of chatting in one, and then they turn the whole thing. They look at my channel and they start talking about what do I do, everything, and it's like, I'm not here for me. I'm here for you. So I get to where I don't talk. I lurk. Let's see. There's a ton of us mental health warriors. Exactly. Yes. Let's see. All right. Now I'm going back down to make sure I didn't skip anything. Love advocating for better. Yes, Ian. Exactly. Definitely. It is important to talk about. I crochet and do paper crafts as a way to combat my anxiety. See, for me, all this that goes on in my head that I write down on these dry erase boards and create keeps my mind from going into places because I'm in so much pain. Even though I do have the implanted spinal cord stimulator, I'm still in a lot of pain. I walked on a broken leg and I thought I twisted my ankle. I have a high pain tolerance. So, my 3 is probably somebody's 8 on the pain scale. So, yeah. So I do a lot. I crochet all the time. Like, I give myself calluses. You can't see them in the tutorials because This stapler works wonders. I use this a lot. Um, so you can't ever see the calluses on my hands because they're pretty much gone. Yeah. So I do it. It keeps my mind occupied and off from pain. Let's see. And well, that's why we call you family, girl. Exactly. Yes, Ian. It is very, very real. That post live high. Yeah. Hi, Ellen. And see, like they see, videos don't drain me. Lives don't drain me or anything. It's just the hour or 30 minutes before the live, I get nothing done because my anxiety's going crazy. But then after the live, I'm on the high post live high. I can bust out a lot of stuff then, and that lasts about 2 maybe 3 hours, and then I come down. But I want to do that mental health. I don't know what we'd call it, and I don't know when I would do it or what day because I don't want to step on toes, but I know toes are going to get stepped on, and people are going to think I'm because I'm what I'm at that I'm nudging my way in to a spot. However, that's kind of hard to do when everybody goes live at every different time or hooking for see, and that's the other thing. We can't really say too much about like the health simply because of YouTube policies. We're not medical experts, so we can't really say that. I was thinking like Woosah Fridays. I don't know. But I would just like to do that. And if I wronged anybody, which I don't think I have, I don't think I've wronged anybody. But if you're watching and I've wronged you, I'm sorry. Didn't know I was doing it. I have no ill will against anyone. And I think we need to just all of us together as a community repair those bridges, put the flowers back out. Let's grow. Yarn therapy, yes. I don't really mindfulness. We could do that. Yeah, that's some good going around. I'm gonna have to come back to this. Oh, I can download the logs. That's a good thing about Nightbot. If you have Nightbot on your channel, Nightbot actually records every word that's typed, even if it's deleted. It still records it. Exactly, Ellen. I've got too much going on to worry about somebody else's bag of trash. Ooh, happy strings. That sounds like a medicated episode. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get medicated. No. What kind of happy? Um, hey, Jonathan, how are you doing? Man, I just want to keep going now. It's those. The main one is the greater value pomegranate or cherry pomegranate water mix, and then I add a stick, whatever you want to call them, pouch of the Celsius energy drink, which is pretty darn good. And it's actually a lot better than any other energy drink on the market for you health wise, according to my cardiologist, anyway. I don't know if he's just telling me that so I could drink more and he has to see me more and he gets paid more. I don't know. Carrie, I totally get it. I totally understand, Shannon. I totally get the spoons. I'm usually at one or two most days. Um, yes, Ricky, the dragon fruit, because it's no, the dragon fruit's good, but I like the is it the blue raspberry. Yeah, I love that one. But Jet, you're just gonna have to go. There's so many people that go live, and that's just our circle. There's other crochet circles out there, other crochet communities out there. Some of them are buttholes, just fair warning. But there are other communities out there, and so somebody's always going live in the crochet community, the huge crochet community at all times. So you just gotta go. Let's see. Oh, we could. Yes, Amber, I do like that too. Yeah, I do get that. Yeah, Ricky, once you as soon as like I'm gonna tell truthfully, this is what IVB and Jen, when I went live with them, they told me that because we were backstage for a good 30 minutes because I was very nervous. And they were my very first live I ever went on and I ever did. And they said, as soon as we hit that live button, as soon as you hit that live button, your anxiety and everything goes away. It's everything leading up to that. Before you hit the go live button, your your anxiety's kicking in. But as soon as you hit it, literally it goes away. And like for me, 90% of the time I go live, I let the chat direct what we're talking about. I don't go with an agenda. 90% of the time, I don't have an agenda or a plan of what I want to talk about. We talk about what you want to talk about. You know, exactly, Ellen. Let people think what they want to think. Their thoughts and opinions are their issues. Exactly. And some of these people have more issues than Sports Illustrated. um, but yeah, Jetton, just what is good for you? Because it's about you. Don't be bending over backwards to go live at 3 in the morning, because nobody goes live at 3 in the morning, and so you're lacking sleep just so you can go live. Just go when it's good for you and your schedule. Sometimes I do go live at 3 in the morning. That's because I'm sitting here and I'm starting to get bored of what I'm doing and I want to talk to people. Panda's asleep. He's in there either beating the headboard or snoring. He has night terrors. Exactly, Nisi, and exactly what Froggy just said. I don't have issues. I have a subscription. And Callie, I get it. You got to do what's good for you, and you got to sit back and think about what before I started. Like I said, originally it was going to be a gardening channel, and then I had developed my CRPS, and it started getting really bad, and I wanted to pivot. So I was like, okay, what do I want? Well, why don't I do Tunisian crochet, because I know a lot about it, and I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I know more than a lot of these other big creators, and I just don't throw it in nobody's face. Um, and I want to teach that. So how do I want to do that? How do I want to do it? I had to think of all that. How did I want my tutorials to be? So I did watch a few different tutorials from different, even the crochet community, Tunisian, as well as knitting, to see what aspects I liked and what aspects I didn't like. And so I took what I liked, narrowed it down to what is me, or if I had to add something, what's me. and make it you, and then go from there. You know, Callie, I'm so sorry that they did that. That is, wow. Yeah, I have, yeah, Gina, I've gone live at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I just, whenever I feel like it. I mean, it's not that when I feel like it, when I have the time. And sometimes, yes, it's kind of when I feel like it, because I don't know, like some of these people will tell you that, that you could be sitting here doing something, and then all of a sudden, I want to go live. Kicks in. That drive or that craving won't go away until you do that. And hubby just pulled up, so I am going to let you all go. I want to thank you all for being here, and I will get back to y'all when I start forming. What did she say? Amber, what did you call it again? Because I think I want to go with that one. Or just text it to me. So it's just keep stitching Friday. That's what it was. So once we get that all formed up, then I'll let everybody know and we'll start going with that. But I want to thank you all for being here. Love you all so much. And have a great day and a great week. Thank you for being here. And I got to figure out how I'm going to turn this off. Love you all. Bye. Should be up here. Actually, I got to stand up and say it. There we go. Bye. Love you.